In the heart of the African wilderness lay Chikunda, a village untouched by time. Surrounded by thick forests and golden fields, it seemed like paradise. But beneath its beauty lay a dark secret, one that no one spoke about. One evening, as the sun dipped below the trees, a chilling wail echoed through the village. The villagers froze. The sound came from the old well at the center of Chikunda, a place feared by all. No one dared go near it after sunset. What was inside the well? And why did the villagers fear it so much? That night, Mama Okoye, the village elder, gathered the people in the square. "The curse is awakening," she said in a trembling voice. "Something terrible is about to happen." The villagers whispered in fear. They all remembered the stories, the ones their grandparents had told them. The next morning, disaster struck. A young boy, Kofi, vanished without a trace. His mother swore she had seen him playing near the old well. Did the well take him? Or was something more sinister lurking in the shadows? Desperate for answers, the villagers turned to Papa Hyali, the oldest man in Chikunda. He hesitated before speaking. 50 years ago, a terrible crime was committed here, he began. The villagers leaned in. A traveler sought shelter in our village. He was kind, generous, and carried a golden amulet. But greed poisoned the hearts of some. They killed him in his sleep and threw his body into the well. Gasps filled the air. Before he died, he cursed this village. Papa Jolly continued. He said, "As long as my blood stains this land, peace shall never return." Could the curse be real? And if so, how could it be broken? That night, strange things began to happen. The air grew thick with whispers, voices calling out from the well. "Return what was stolen." The villagers locked their doors, but no one could sleep. Then, another child disappeared, and this time, footprints led straight to the well. But they vanished at the edge. Who or what was taking the children? And what did it mean by return what was stolen? A young woman, Nia, refused to live in fear. She decided to confront the well. Armed with only a lantern, she stepped closer. The wind howled, and suddenly, she saw it. A shadowy figure standing at the edge of the well, watching her. She gasped, but before she could scream, the figure whispered, "Find the golden amulet, or more will die." Where was the golden amulet? And could finding it stop the curse? Nia rushed to Papa Yali, breathless. "Where is the amulet?" she asked. The old man sighed. "The men who stole it hid it deep within the forest, beneath the roots of the great Iroko tree." Determined, Nia gathered a small group, including her brother Tunde, and set out into the forest. The air was thick with tension. The deeper they went, the more they felt eyes watching them. Then, the ground beneath them trembled. A low growl filled the air. What was lurking in the forest? And would they find the amulet before it was too late? As they neared the Iroko tree, the group stopped. A figure stepped out of the shadows, a man with hollow eyes and skin as pale as death. "I have guarded this place for 50 years, he rasped. "The amulet belongs to the dead. It cannot be taken." "But the village is cursed," Nia pleaded. "If we don't return it, more will die." The guardian's expression darkened. "Then you must make a sacrifice," he said. "One life, in exchange for the amulet." Would they sacrifice someone to save the village? Or was there another way? The group was silent. Then, Tunda stepped forward. "Take me," he said. Nia's heart shattered. "No," she cried. But Tunda knew there was no other way. The guardian nodded. He placed his hand on Tunda's chest, and in an instant, Tunda collapsed. The amulet shimmered in the guardian's hand. Go. Return it to the well. Was Chikunda really gone? And would the amulet truly end the curse? With heavy hearts, Nia and the group raced back to the village. The well roared with wind and whispers, as if waiting. Holding back tears, Nia dropped the amulet into the well. The whispers turned into screams, the air shook, and then silence. For the first time in 50 years, the village felt peaceful. Was it truly over? Or was there something they had missed? Days passed. The missing children returned, unharmed, but unable to explain where they had been. The village rejoiced, but Nia still mourned. Then, one evening, as she sat near the well, she heard a familiar voice. Nia. She turned sharply. Chikunda stood there, alive. Tears filled her eyes. How? Chikunda smiled. The spirits saw my sacrifice. They let me return. The curse was lifted, but the village would never forget the price they had paid. And so, Chikunda learned a hard lesson, that the sins of the past never stay buried, but through courage, sacrifice, and redemption, peace can be found again.